We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest, Dr. Salah Hassan, Professor of Global Marketing and Sustainable Development Consultant. Dr. Salah, a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Greetings from Washington.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. Doctor, let me start by asking you, how do you see the industry's role in supporting the Egyptian economy, specifically during the current stage that the country is in light of the global situation?
Yeah, I think the exhibition that Egypt is hosting now in celebration of the centennial year, the industry union in Egypt, is a turning point here in attracting investors in different industry sectors. This exhibition represents a trade show that is unique and opportunity for economic development and investment in key industrial sectors and promoting the Made in Egypt and allowing for connections with the key industry leaders. This exhibition allows industry leaders in Egypt to interact and connect and display opportunities for partnership and in the industry sector here.
Yes. Indeed, Dr. Salah, I wanted to ask you about what you thought about today's speech and address and the state's targeting of the participation of the private sector of up to 65% of investments in Egypt. How feasible do you see this target, Doctor?
I think it is very feasible given the golden license that His Excellency announced today for 3 months, and it was even mentioned that it can be renewable, which represents great opportunities in attracting key players for industry partnership opportunities in Egypt.
Yes.
The exhibitors are displaying major trade developments and industry developments that mark a turning point. Also, it represents a great opportunity for exhibitors to showcase, the Egyptian industry and also brand it as a leader regionally and globally in that respect. Everyone exhibiting in this major international exhibition is really emphasizing the importance of Egyptian sectors and industry development in Egypt, not only for big engineering and manufacturing companies, but also for small and medium-sized companies that represent sort of feeders for this industry here, for the industry development opportunities for Egypt to grow.
Absolutely. Now, Doctor, with all the technological development, etc., how do you see the establishment of industrial complexes in Egypt? Do you see that they've become easier? Have they become more expensive? And what benefits are there of establishing these complexes?
I think these industry developments are very important because they are going to be the foundation for building industry hubs on key access areas, particularly on the Suez Canal, which is a major, trade and pathway for commerce. And I think building an industry hub around the Suez Canal is very important. Other industry hubs are growing in the northern shores of Egypt, around the Alamein area. Also, smart technologies are growing in Egypt. And these hubs represent industry clusters to grow and become more competitive and attracting foreign manufacturers to build components in Egypt and even assembly lines for key leading car makers and other sectors here. So this development is very critical for the evolution of the Egyptian industry from only satisfying domestic markets to becoming a key supplier for other industry hubs globally, regionally and globally.
Indeed. Doctor, let me ask you about small, medium enterprises. How do you see, these specific enterprises and with young and startups, entrepreneurs, how do you see these small, medium projects, helping support Egyptian industry components, especially with the availability of manpower that they produce?
I think the industry development in Egypt is in a turning point here and becoming on the cutting edge of innovation, creativity, and technological developments. These are key areas to enhancing market competitiveness for any industry sector to maintain its edge in today's fiercely competitive global marketplace. Innovation, creativity are key pillars to move forward in terms of research and development, investment and cutting-edge research and development, but not only R&D, but also skilled and well-trained workforce.
Yes.
To cope with this industrial revolution and the technological change and to keep up with the pace of innovation and creativity, we have to really invest in training and development as well. So we are talking about R&D, training and development, and exhibitions like the exhibition opened today in Egypt for the first time represents a key pillar here to generate effective networking to promote the made in Egypt and export activities and foreign direct investment. So this expression represents a meeting point and a global networking for Egyptian industries all over, not just for big industry giants, but also for SMEs, small, medium-sized enterprises that are growing in Egypt in that respect. Absolutely. I want to also shed light on the importance of focusing on green manufacturing for the future green economy of Egypt, that now Egypt is hosting COP27 for the first time, and this becomes really a leap forward in that direction of clean industries and clean footprint for energy consumption in Egypt.
Indeed. And you mentioned a very important issue, which is, the move for green technology, all under the Sustainable Development umbrella and the Egyptian Agenda for 2030. One final question, if I may, Doctor. You mentioned a very important thing, which is the issue of job creation, the issue of, having availability just to cover domestic demand and to export as well. How do you see the next move? What needs to happen for the Egyptian industry to become more competitive, especially now with all the global crises and the different, global market forces in play? The Egyptian market now has a good opportunity and a chance to really compete globally.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this exhibition also represents a move forward in having a stand in the global industry, as Egypt is now branding itself as a major industrial hub for manufacturing, and also the labor force of Egypt is on the cutting edge of knowledge and training and development. These are very important aspects here in marketing Egypt globally, as a technological innovation and industrial development hub here, and a strong product-based development here that technologically advanced are very important factors here in selling Egypt globally here for manufacturing and for innovation, creativity, and attracting labor force that are on the cutting edge of skills and knowledge in that space.
Right, absolutely. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Salah Hassan, Professor of Global Marketing and Sustainable Development. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and your insight and for joining us on today's edition of Cairo Local Time. A short break and we'll be right back for more. Do stay tuned.